Golden State Warriors talk,
Yeah.
Vince. Klay Thompson, another tactic,
Yep.
unfollowing the Golden State Warriors on Instagram,
Yep. This
other
this is
social
the tactic.
media.
Yep. This is the negotiating tactic. I'm not worried about that yet. He says he's going to test free agency. He said that he's looking for a 3-year deal, which I think is he's looking for 3. I think he'd be willing to take 2, but I think he's being a lot more realistic. He understands he's not getting a 4 or 5-year contract. I think he knows that. Um so he's, backed up the request a little bit, obviously, and we'll see what other teams are willing to pay. The important thing for the Warriors is if they can keep him, great, but they also desperately want to get below that salary cap, uh, the soft cap,
So
so they can stop playing that luxury tax.
this past season, he was like 43 million.
Yeah, he's not getting 43
So
million. Yeah, yeah,
is he getting 30?
not from the Warriors.
Not from the Warriors. Is he
No,
getting
I think
I don't even think the Warriors can do. I think 20 would be doing them a solid.
Yeah, yeah, I think they're looking at 15, I think,
I
but
think
they'd be
so.
willing to go up to 20 for him.
I was having a friendly Twitter discussion
Oh,
with
oh boy.
Daryl, and everything was real respectful.
Right.
So we were talking about Clay, and our buddy believes that there's no way in hell that you can walk away from Clay because he's still the second best offensive option for the Warriors, and still helps Steph Curry. I just have a hard time believing that he's the second best offensive weapon on the Warriors. He's not the shooter that he once was. Pods was less of a shooter than him from 3-point range. Clay's no longer the defender that he once was, unfortunately.
The leg
Um,
injuries took that away from him.
you're not
Uh,
going to have him close games. I mean, you probably don't want him on the floor in the final 5 minutes or so.
yeah.
Maybe in certain situations,
Mhm.
depending on how he's shooting the ball, and you need a shooter. He's already out rebound by Pods. Pods is already a better passer than him. So for me, it's 15 million or less,
Yeah,
because he's probably starting games, but not getting starter minutes, and he's not
right.
closing.
Yeah,
So
it's more
he's
like the
glorified
opener
sixth
in
sixth,
baseball.
7th
Yeah,
man.
yeah.
He's like your
It
6th, 7th guy.
Mhm.
And I think as a Warriors fan, you hope you see all these guys retire at the same time and ride off into the sunset and have this special moment. My prediction is you're going to see Klay Thompson come back to the Warriors, but it's going to be something where it's timed out to walk away with Steph, Draymond, and Steve Kerr. You're going to see all these guys leave at the same time, and hopefully competitive. But I think the ownership might be walking a little bit of a razor's edge by kicking that can down the road. I don't know how you can stay competitive unless you know there's this Jimmy Butler rumor, right?
Yeah.
Where I don't know, does that make it interesting? Yeah, but I don't think adding this team puts you over the top. Look at Oklahoma City, look at Minnesota.
Mhm.
They're younger, they could get up and down the floor. They could score at will almost. They're extremely athletic. They play great defense. They're getting better. I don't know if that puts you in that realm. I don't think that puts you as the number 2 or number 3 team in the West. Um, and then you're gonna have a court full of team full of as approaching 40. I don't know, man.
Yeah.
Always
Uh,
said,
it'd be
every
fun. Jimmy
do.
Buckets is fun, but
Yeah,
also you
it'd be
got the
fun.
injury problem with him too.
Exactly. So
So, yeah.
I don't know. I and I don't know what the Warriors can really do.
Yeah, is
To
Chris
be
Paul even
competitive.
gonna be around? He has a player option. I don't know, like, when that, has to vest or whatever,
Exactly.
so or when they have to trade him or I don't know. Yeah, so that's still a question to be answered as well.
And I don't really think the solution is, even if you get Jimmy Butler, what are you giving up?
And I think the young pieces are a little bit too valuable.
It's all of your young pieces. It's
Mhm,
probably whatever draft picks you have to give away.
mhm,
You know, like, now in 2 years or so, I think Curry has 2 this upcoming season and then one more season on his contract. I think he has 2 more seasons,
mhm.
and then he's gone. So, you're gonna trade all your young guys, and then you're gonna trade your draft picks, and you're literally gonna have nothing to build in 3 years. You don't have any draft picks, you don't have any young guys, so that means you're probably trying to sign a bunch of free agents, which a free agent built team 90 time doesn't work.
Yeah, you gotta get real lucky, catch lightning in a bottle f to make a free agent team work like that, and, uh,
Here's,
oh,
Papa G. Is
yeah.
Clay more valuable than CP3? I think he's more valuable to the Warriors.
Oh, yeah. Um, I think I think CP3 has more trade value, but obviously Clay's not under contract, so you can't trade
Right.
Clay. Uh, yeah, so yeah, that's a fair question, I think. But I think CP3 is probably gone. That ended up not working out. Um, he just he was injured a lot,
And that's
and
a player option for CP3, right? So
yeah, exactly.
he can
He
come back and say, "Ah, no, I want this money."
mhm. Or if he thinks he can get a a similar bag elsewhere, he can opt out and do that. I'm sure he's you know has his feelers out, uh, trying to figure that out. He's that answer has to come soon, though I believe, because the off season begins as soon as the Celtics get another W.
Absolutely.
So
All right, Vince. So final question: is Clay back or not?
I would say I'm 55% he's back. I think it's more likely he's back than he's not, but not by much. Like it's pretty close, and so I'm not going to be shocked if he's gone. I think they do find a way to get it done, but again, like it's going to be for a lot less money than he's currently making.
Yeah, I pretty much agree. I think he comes back a lot less, and I think it's all because the Warriors ownership group wants to build the statues for these guys and send them all off. You know, let's say 3 years from now, Draymond and Steph and Clay, they're like, "Oh, we still want to keep playing, but we financially cannot support that, so you're all gone at the same time." We're only prepared to go this far. So I think no matter what, like, they're probably coming back, but the show is over when Steph is out. I don't think the Warriors have the ability or the desire to go past whatever Steph's contract is.
Right. Yeah. I mean, and Steph is honestly the only player of the three of anybody that is a non-negotiable. He's staying here for his entire career. Like that's that is locked in. He's the only one that they're gonna be willing to pay whatever dollar amount to keep. Obviously Draymond got an extra bag, recently, but they'd be willing to let him walk at the end of this contract, or if or if there's a trade that becomes available that they can't turn down, they'd be willing to do that as well, I'm sure. But Steph Curry is the only untouchable truly on this roster, and and it's more about his marketability off the court, just as much as it is what he can do on the court at this point too. Uh,
Well, Steph Curry's Mr. Warrior now. I
yeah,
mean,
yeah,
he's
he's locked
pure.
in for the rest of his career, so
He's
that's
the
I have no doubt.
number one warrior of all time with the amount of championships and records and
Mhm,
everything that he's done on the court, but
mhm.
just as valuable as everything is what he done off the court. Is he's one of the few super mega stars of sports that has caused zero bull crap
Mhm.
off the court. He's done
Right.
everything right.